friends, coming to you today to share with you a one-of-a-kind stuffed pumpkin. We've all seen those pumpkins made out of sweater material, and we've seen the crocheted pumpkins. I came across this picture tutorial, and I don't know where it was, on a blog or in a magazine or somewhere, and I've just had it in the back of my mind. And when I saw these long women's socks thrifting last month, it reminded me of that project. The project called for a pair of women's tights or stockings, and the reason being is that pantyhose would just not work. It's too delicate material and it's see-through, you'd see your stuffing. But stockings or tights are almost a thin sweater materials. And I have a bag of polyfill to stuff it, and then to embellish it I have some Dollar Tree flowers, some green wire, and some jute twine. My socks that I found were 26 inches long. They're just a few inches shorter than would be if I were to have bought tights and just cut the legs off. So it's just going to mean my pumpkin is going to be a little smaller than normal. With my two legs, I'm going to just cut those in half, and that's going to give me 4 13-inch pieces. Okay, I have my 4 pieces. I'm going to layer these up. I'm going to do it cross like that. As far as my feet are concerned, I don't want the heel of my stocking to show on the outside of my pumpkin, so I opened up the heel part, and when I layer it on my pumpkin, that heel part is going to be inside the pumpkin. The top of the foot part is going to look like the rest of the pieces. Now once I get all 4 pieces layered, I'm going to staple the inside where they all meet to secure them in place. I've got one staple in it right here now, and I'm probably going to flip it over. This is just a office stapler. I was able just to squeeze it in there and staple, and I'm probably going to staple it 4 or 5 times to make sure that my socks are secure and won't slip on me once I start stuffing them, because it's going to be the bottom of the pumpkin. No one will ever see the staples unless you just want to do needle and thread and secure it that way. Okay, just want to show you, I did put 3 or 4 staples on both sides just to help it secure. I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to cut the toes out of the 2 feet part, and that way I'll have 8 openings to stuff. This stage of where I'm at, I got all 8 of my tubes stuffed. I went ahead and pulled some of the stuffing away from my stapled area just so it would create a more flatter place for my pumpkin to sit, because if I stuff it all the way to the staples, I'm afraid it would be like a ball and just won't even sit. I'm just going to play around with it. Now the next thing I need to do is gather up all 8 of my tubes at the top with a rubber band, and that should create my stem. Okay, I got a tip for you, because I'm gathered up these other 7 tubes. I ended up taking a little bit of stuffing out of each tube so that it would give me a little material to work with at the top. It doesn't take near as much stuffing as you think it does. Leave the stuffing thin at the bottom and thin at the top so that you will have the fabric to work with. Okay, I'm going to pick my pumpkin up and show you here. It kind of reminds me of one of those little fairy tale pumpkins, the ones that are kind of flat and lumpy. Now I'm telling you, this is what this pile is over here. It does not take but just a like golf ball size of stuffing for each of those tubes, and I really think if I had 3 or 4 more inches by using real tights or leggings, it would have been so much easier. It was just hard because I was already working with a shorter strip, and that's what my problem was. So I did struggle to get all mine together in a stem, and I kind of am really loving the little ruffly stem. But I just want to show you now on the bottom, my staples did hold, but I could stick my finger all the way in there, and so I just decided to tie a little piece of jute twine to secure once I got it all stuffed and everything, and just put my strings, stuffed them back in there, so that makes that bottom look even a little better. But there you go. I'm going to put a little finishing touches on it, and I'll show you my finished pumpkin. What you're looking at here is my little hutch in my kitchen that I just keep some of my collected farmhouse stuff. And I'm going to move in a little closer and show you where I decided to put my pumpkin, right here on this little cake plate beside an old McCoy cookie jar. I decided to go ahead and just leave my little stem as pulled up fabric like that. I didn't wrap it in twine and just added the little flower and leaf. I've never seen pumpkins made like this, and I love the look it creates. I just would love to have a bigger one. So next time I go thrifting, I'm going to be looking for some new packages of tights or leggings so I can have more fabric to work with. It does. So I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you might come across the very few supplies it takes to make these and create some fun ones yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.